Hey, Blockheads, this is DJ AK the Amanda Knight, and I'm here to let you know that my so-called whatever podcast and No More Games Radio have joined forces. Listen to No More Games Radio on Sundays at 2 p.m. for your favorite episodes of my so-called whatever podcast, and maybe a live episode? Who knows? Tune in to my so-called whatever podcast for upcoming No More Games radio features and exclusive stories from our staff and DJs. And as always, follow us on social media at No More Games Radio and at my so-called whatever. Hang tough!
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows and KOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom! And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Hello. It's dark where you're sitting and it's dark where I'm sitting.
It is. I don't have a ring light or anything on. I'm just going by the glow of my laptop because currently Bryn is having a sleepover with her friends who I absolutely love. It's one of her friends' birthday. So we got a cake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was nice. So
Fun.
if you guys hear any background noise, it's just them.
It's just them wildin'.
That's right. That's right.
I am very tired.
You look tired.
Very, very tired. I am very tired. I am very, very tired.
We can do this tomorrow if you want.
No.
Okay.
No, because tomorrow is going to be like just as like a busy. I've worked all week.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm on a 6-day stretch. I'm day 5 of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just tired.
I feel you.
Tired.
I feel you. I am not on a 6-day stretch, but this week has been more complicated than it needed to be. So
I'm tired. And like when the time changes, now I love it. I love springing forward.
Yeah. Can we please just stay at this time right here?
Right. I love it.
A lot of people are saying, well, no, if we discontinue daylight savings time, it's going to be like what it was before.
No, I don't like that.
I don't want that. I want it to stay right here.
I want it to be lighter later.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But like, I love it so much, but it just really F's with me.
Same. Kevin is really affected by it. I'm slightly affected by it. I think I used to be more affected by it, but now Kevin is really affected by it. And of course, it's always during tax season. So
right. I am affected by it for sure.
Yeah.
It's been all week and I can't like catch up because I just have had to get up every morning.
Someone's got a birthday coming up.
Oh, I do. Oh, that's right.
Happy birthday. Remember, like, what was it? 3 years ago? Yeah.
When Donnie Wahlberg sang happy birthday to me?
That's right. Yeah.
I'll never forget. It was 3 years ago. It was 2020.
I remember that you would come over. This is like, because you guys, it's been 3 years, like almost to the day where everything completely shut down. And I remember that you came over for your birthday, but like it was kind of like we didn't know if we should or not, but because it wasn't completely everybody saying like stay in your house yet. It wasn't there yet, I don't believe,
right.
when we celebrated, because it was before your birthday. But yeah.
Not here anyway. I think it was March 20th.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I had celebrated my birthday with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a day or two before my actual birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember talking to you, like texting with you while I was there, and I was getting ready to leave, and we weren't sure what we were going to do, and it was like a last minute thing, and I'm like, I'll come over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to come there.
Yep.
And we had Donnie on.
That's right. How did we do it? Did we do it on Zoom?
No,
I don't remember.
it wasn't on Zoom. It was like FaceTime or like a phone call.
How
We've
was it?
never Zoomed with Donnie on the podcast.
No,
We
we
always did it
haven't.
like over the phone.
No, we haven't. I'm looking forward to that day when that day
Using
happens.
the thing, the little
Yes.
thing.
Yes, that's right. Because we used the connector. Because this was
Yeah.
before, you guys, when we started the podcast, Zoom was not as big as it is today. And I don't even know if you could record back then. You may
Via
have,
Zoom.
but
Yeah.
at least, I mean, record on different tracks, because that's the big thing when you're editing. I don't know if you guys know this, but so Brooke is on her own track. I'm on my own track. So that way, like if I sneeze or clear my throat or whatever, I can just take that out and it won't be like over Brooke talking.
Right.
So there's been a couple times where Zoom has not given us each track because of my fault, because like either I'm on a different computer and I forgot to check that setting or whatever. But when we had Donnie on, we were using, because you came over for that, right? Did you come over? Okay, yeah, because we did it in we did it next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your old office.
In our old office, yeah. And so we had this special thing that we plugged into the phone that put that on its own track. And then Brooke and I were on our own tracks because we had our Zoom recorder, which is not even affiliated with Zoom, but it's called a Zoom recorder. It was like the best when we initially started this podcast almost 6 years ago. That was like the industry standard. I'm sure it's something different now, but we use Zoom because it's convenient for us, and honestly,
the quality's
it's more comfortable.
Good. Like
yeah,
it works really well.
Great. Yeah.
And we can do it on like like we can do it when we can, you know?
Right. Exactly.
And it's not like
at
a
the
big
drop of a hat,
rigmarole.
like we did tonight. We were just like, hey, can you get on? Yes. Can I? Yes. Let's do it. So, yeah. So 3 years ago, we had Donnie on and it was amazing. And we really hope to have him on again. I mean, I'm not trying to be like greedy, obviously.
No.
But he did say that he wanted to come back on again.
Right.
And we would love to have him back on again.
We are here for you, Donnie.
Right. So if you would like to have him on, let him know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because we'd absolutely love to have him on. So
absolutely.
And I feel like it will be in the foreseeable future. So what have you been up to this week besides working? Anything new?
No, not really. Sadie started her spring travel soccer. With a different soccer club, but it's been good. She's had practices and she has a scrimmage tomorrow, which I can't go to because I have to work, but Pete's going to take her.
Where is the scrimmage?
Over Foxcroft.
Holy cow.
Yep.
That's the thing about travel teams, as I'm sure you guys know. It's like it's all over the friggin' place. And especially when you live where we live, it's like always mostly Southern Maine.
Exactly.
Which is like 2 hours for us. 2 hours of like boringness.
Right. And they have actually the weekend of BlockCon.
Mm-hmm.
They have a big tournament in New Hampshire.
Oh wow.
So I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little issue with work, but it's going to have to get figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, she's committed to this. So anyway, but that's for me to figure out and work out on my end.
Because I remember that's why you couldn't go to BlockCon.
Right.
So
I won't be able to go on Friday. We'll have to go. The games are Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Right. Because you were going to be okay Saturday and Sunday. That wasn't the problem. The problem
Saturday
was
going to be easier to cover. The problem was always Friday, but luckily the games don't start until Saturday. So we'll just have to drive down when I get out of work on Friday.
Oh, that's fine.
Which will put us there at the earliest, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like we'll get into the room, we'll go to bed. And then the next morning we'll be ready to roll.
Yeah.
And guys, I love soccer. I love watching her play. It is so fun. I mean, anybody that has a kid in sports, of course, you love watching them play.
I do, but I get stressed out.
I do a little bit, but it's not too bad. Because probably because they're younger,
Mm-hmm.
and the girls don't get too stressed out about it.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good time, whether they win or lose. But here's the thing. And I'm not saying this to be like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
but they're an amazing little team, and they really don't lose.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So, we'll see. But I mean, not that they have lost back last fall. One of the tournaments, they lost their first 2 games, but then they won like the next 6.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's always
they're all
hard
good
in the
kids.
beginning.
And that's what it was. It was the beginning. It was their first tournament of the season. They were just kind of
Getting used to each other.
used to the whole thing. But anyway, I'm really excited about that. And we've been doing that this week and prep for that and got the uniform and spent all the money. That's it. I've been doing that and I've been working and I've been looking forward to my vacation.
Good. So when's your vacation next week?
No. Oh,
When
man,
I don't know
April
if
vacation.
I don't know about your April vacation.
My cruise?
No.
Yes, you do. This
No,
is
I
the cruise
don't.
that's been 3 years in the making.
No, I have no
My
idea.
group,
No idea.
the cruise that we were supposed to go on in April of 2020.
Okay.
I have a big group.
Okay.
I have like 20 cabins.
Oh, okay. So this is now it's happening?
Yes, because it was supposed to be 2020. We tried 2 dates in 2020, 1 date in 2021. Then we pushed it all the way up to 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And it's finally happening. So we're doing just a Caribbean cruise out of Florida. And I can't wait. It's April school vacation. So
Fun. That'll be fun.
yeah. I'm just looking forward to that. I'm working for it. You know.
Well, I will be in the thick of it here in tax season. So
now that ends on the 15th, right?
kind of. Not really.
So that's what I was going to ask because I
feel
like
it never seems to end on the 15th ever anymore. And that is because
people get extensions, right?
Well, yeah. So that's kind of been the main like craziness in the past few years is because like 2020, like they extended the tax deadline forever. And so like tax season lasted the entire year. And that was awful.
Yeah.
And to watch like Kevin go like work all through that because it's just a lot of work. And it's like,
yeah,
he got a lot of new clients, cool, but like it was just constant. There was no stopping. And then it seemed like the next year and the next year was just kind of like still cleanup from 2020 with a lot of people because the stimulus checks, all of that stuff. And if you guys are accountants, I'm sure you already know what I'm talking about. And I don't really know what I'm talking about. Kevin's probably like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But
no, but that makes sense. That all that makes a lot of sense.
And it just like it's just been like every year it seems like he starts earlier every year. And he goes later. So basically in New England, we have Patriots Day, which is always normally that Monday after the 15th of April.
Right.
And so when it falls that way, New England people always get an extension to that date because it's a holiday for some reason. Am I saying this right, Kevin? Kevin's sitting right here with me because, like I said, the girls are out watching a movie. So Patriots Day, usually tax season in Maine, doesn't really end until Patriots Day, correct? It depends on when it falls.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. And then if it falls on a weekend, it's usually that Monday. But if it falls on a weekend, that Monday, Patriots Day is usually that day. So
you
Then
know.
it goes into the
Right.
Tuesday.
And that's how it's been. So last year we were supposed to go on vacation, and we were so excited because April vacation fell after April 15th. So we were like, this is going to be awesome. But we weren't really thinking, because April 15th fell on a Friday. Patriots Day was that, or it fell on a Saturday. I can't remember. But anyway, they had until after Patriots Day to file. So that screwed us all up, because we hadn't taken that into account. And then Bryn was sick. So we ended up driving to New York and driving back. But
I remember that. Oh,
I know. And like right now, I'm going to be honest. I'm in a weird spot, because it's looking more and more like I'm not going to be able to go to BlockCon. I just talked to the girls tonight, and they're pretty sure that the prom is going to be on Memorial Day weekend. Which really sucks, because that's BlockCon. So, but like, I'm like, okay, so what can we do? If Bryn goes to Sweden, it's probably just going to be her and Kevin, because it's expensive. And I don't know if I've talked about this, but Bryn wants to go to Sweden after high school, but she needs to go visit it and make sure before she goes there. So,
and we should talk about that, like offline.
We do.
We need to talk about
we
that.
need to talk about it, because Bryn, we put Bryn, I was like, okay, if this is serious, I'm not getting Brooke involved until you do your research, because Brooke's busy. Because, I mean, let's be honest, you're busy. And I said, and you need to make sure, you need to figure things out, like how long you're going to need to go, and etc. and stuff like that, where you want to go.
Well, that's the biggest thing.
Accomplish.
Like, where do you want to go? Like, what do you want to see there? So and then just tell me.
We just had that conversation with her last week. So I'm going to give her this week. She actually applied for her first job. Brooke was a reference.
I love that.
Thank you, Brooke.
I will give her a glowing reference. She's a good kid.
She was like, Mom, who am I going to use for a reference? And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. So she used her basketball coach, which was nice. Because I always use mine.
Yeah.
Like, what a great reference. I mean, you always ask first, obviously. But so she asked Brooke if Brooke would be her reference. And Brooke said yes. So that was nice. And so she got an interview. She has an interview on Wednesday. So,
nice.
Fun. But it might not work out, because here's the thing, Bryn's going to be honest. And once summer starts, she'll be available, but it will be limited. It will be, because especially July, we're pretty much gone the whole month of July. So I don't know what I was talking about. Oh yeah. And then when August starts, field hockey starts, and she's not going to be available. And then she won't be available for basketball season. And so she's going to be honest. She probably won't get it, might not get it. I don't know. But I told her honesty is key, because if you went in there and told them, oh yeah, I'm completely available, whatever, that's not right. And the thing is, I have a good relationship with the owner of this place. So we would, but I was trying to teach her, like, any job you apply for, you should definitely be upfront, because
100%.
we remember what it was like in retail. When we'd get those people that were like, oh, I'm available all the time. And then it was like, no, they're not. But like, you got stuck with the shit stuff, and they weren't honest, and they would keep them on for 2 days a week, working 3-hour days, and they got their discount. Like, no, that's not cool. But maybe I was just bitter. But anyway, so
that happens a lot.
A lot of different conversations have been going on this past week. We've had a lot. Brody's playing lacrosse. Never played lacrosse in his life.
And this is what I love about Brody.
He does not care. He's
just going to give it a whirl.
F's, and I love it. He just doesn't care. He's like, no, I want to play.
That's awesome.
Lacrosse equipment is very expensive. That's the thing.
I believe that.
The big difference about playing football and playing lacrosse is that you have to pay for everything with lacrosse. So he has to pay for all his gear, helmet, I guess, everything. I don't know. Oh, again, we have no idea what we're getting into.
he's just going to the informational meeting like next week or the week after. So, but anyway, this is completely off topic, but I saw a TikTok last week that has put me into a world of giveaways.
Oh, goodness.
And I have been
I
obsessed.
saw the same TikTok, and it did not put me into a world of giveaways.
Well, here's the thing. I have a very addictive personality, okay? And right now I don't want to overcomplicate this because I don't need to like overshare, but I need something that I can do that's not shopping online or eating. So that like brings me joy. That I can do in short bursts. You know what I mean? Like, because exercise, yeah, sure, that will work. That definitely will work, but it's not the same as going and like eating a piece of cake. Do you know what I mean? Like, because that's quick and that gives you
So I
instant
know exactly what you
gratification.
mean.
Yes.
My thing, you do online giveaways.
Mhm.
I play Among Us.
There, see? And
It's
I just
just,
needed something. I needed something than mindless scrolling at night.
yeah, this is just a mindless, it's a fun little game. And that they're quick games, they're quick rounds, but they're like, there's real stakes at hand.
There are.
Kind of. Because you're playing against real people. Like
Oh,
you're
that's
in like a
true.
room full of like real people, and you're either the imposter or
Right.
you're a crewmate.
Right.
And you want to beat the imposter. You want to find out who it is, or if
I
you want to
love
do
that you
have a
love it
task
so
win.
much. I freaking love it.
I love it. And I know it's lame.
No, it's not. It's
No, it is.
no, it's not.
I tell you what Mason told Darcy.
What?
Mason asked Darcy recently if Brooke still plays Among Us. And Darcy asked me, and I said yes. And he said, ooh, cringe. Like, and I don't even care. I don't
No,
even
who
care. It's
cares?
fun. It's mindless. It's fun. It's a good way to decompress. So I get what you're saying. I also have a very addictive personality.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is something that like we've like it's probably something that like our friendship is kind of based off of.
I really think so. Because I
Because
mean, smoking butts.
I mean, look at our crushes.
Our crushes, when we were all in. Like
We
we
were
were all in.
100%. Look at NSYNC.
Yeah, all in. All in. New kids.
I mean,
All
yeah,
in.
absolutely. But it's like, I really feel like that is something that we very, very much have in common, and we
But
always have.
but better
And
than
we might have
drugs,
different.
right?
100%.
I mean,
I could never try them because I know what would
no.
happen.
I remember being
And I'm not
offered.
even being like funny about it. I'm
No, I'm
serious.
not either. I remember being offered cocaine. I remember being offered cocaine. I'm
Okay,
going to
I
be
was
honest.
never.
I've already told Bryn this. And I knew that that is something I should never do because, and it wasn't that I was like scared of the drug or anything like that. I was scared of wanting it 24/7 because I knew how I was with food. And so it's just automatically, I was like, I will be that way with drugs 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I will. So I'm glad that I like made that realization. But like everything else in my life is a product of like addictive personality, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
shopping has always been really, really, really bad for me. Um, and I let it get out of control for a little while, and it's bad. It's like true, like it can truly become like, thank God I didn't get into like the thousands of dollars and stuff like that. Like I was just like buying stupid shit, on
Right.
Amazon. Amazon is really what really pushed it over the edge because it's so easy. You're there, oh yeah, I need this. I saw this on Instagram or a TikTok. Yeah, I think I need that.
Right.
So anyway, I've been doing these giveaways and I had this account. It's Fenway and Elvis. And I hadn't used it in a long time because it's been hard. I'm just gonna be honest, it's
Yeah,
been
of
hard to go
course.
back and look at it. And I only had like 8 or 9 or 10 pictures, but or posts, but I was like, what do I do with it now? Like, I can't just like delete Fenway, like,
Right. Right.
and so um I I decided to use that account to do my giveaways with. I did create another account. I created another account and immediately
Wait, I think you created two
I
accounts.
created two accounts. So that the third account comes later. But I created the first account, which was Casablanca Milkshake. I used a random username generator that came up. I was like, that's the one. That is the one. So if you guys want to go follow Casablanca Milkshake, you can go follow me and see all the giveaways and participate. If you want to participate, great. The more the merrier, and we can tag each other and yada yada yada. I would suggest creating a different account though. But the problem is Instagram bans you really fast on new accounts. So I literally had, because a lot of the times these giveaways, it's like tag 1, 2, or 3 friends, and they do check the accounts to make sure they're not you. And so I've learned all these things from these people that I follow on Instagram and TikTok right now, like all the like ways to do it. So I have not won one single thing. I've probably entered well over 200.
Yes, because I get tagged in them.
Sorry, Brooke. But Brooke gave me permission. She gave me permission.
I did. My notifications are like blown up. I could probably open up my phone right now and I'll tell you how many
Nikki's
notifications
doing giveaways again. There she goes.
It's a lot, but it's fine. It doesn't bother me.
And I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me do that. Bryn's like, Mom, you're never going to win any of these. Why do you keep tagging me? You guys, it gives me such a rush. Like to do these giveaways, it's free. The only thing you have to worry about is annoying people with notifications. But if you guys want to do it, like I'm doing it, we can all do it together. Just don't get banned by Instagram, because I was doing it on Fenway and Elvis after I got banned on my first account. And they didn't even, so they banned, I got like a 24-hour, or like, it was actually like over the weekend ban for Casablanca Milkshake. But then Fenway and Elvis, they didn't even like give me a warning. They just deleted my account, completely deleted it. It was gone. And I was heartbroken all last weekend. I even cried about it because I was like, that's the last thing I wanted to do was like delete the account. So I put in
don't
like
mean to laugh.
10 appeals to Instagram. And the one appeal that you needed to do, like if your account was taken down by Instagram, was to put your username in and say like it's been deleted. And it kept saying this account doesn't exist. Yeah, no shit, Instagram. No shit. You took it off. So that happened on like Friday afternoon. And I think Monday morning, like a person must have looked at it, because I was honest. I'm like, all I'm doing is giveaways. I'm legit. Right. I'm only doing these giveaways of products that I like. Except for one, I accidentally entered to win a vaginal steamer. Like, I don't want that.
Oh, what do you do with that?
I don't know. Is it like a facial? I'm sure it might be good for people. Like, I'm sure it might be highly beneficial. But after I entered, I thought I was entering for something else. And I'm like, wait, what is this? And I'm like, that's a vaginal steamer. This is probably the one I will win. Yeah. I mean, I told them like the people I'm tagging, I have permission from. So what's the problem? Like, what's the problem? I'm following accounts that I want to follow. What's the problem? I'm not spamming. So they gave it back. And Casablanca Milkshake is back too. But I also have, what's the other one? Tangerine.
You're back.
Huh?
You were frozen.
Oh, I was?
Yes.
Oh, I've been talking the entire time. Tangerine something was the other one that I did. Tangerine. I can't remember. So, and then I started doing them that last weekend when I couldn't do them under Fenway and Elvis, and I couldn't do them under Casablanca Milkshake. And then I got banned on Tangerine, whatever. I started doing them under Nikki MSCW Nikki. And then like people were messaging me and they're like, oh, are you into giveaways? And I was like, it's a long story. I'm just getting into them. And so some people like want to do them with me, which is cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if you guys are interested in learning more about giveaways, and these are like legitimate giveaways, these are Instagram giveaways. They give away like cool stuff, like really good stuff. So now that we've talked for 30 minutes about not anything New Kids or 80s related,
or 80s, 90s,
should we get into it?
Yes, we should. We should intro, and then we have some stories, a couple
We
stories.
do. And some text messages. I'm going to go back and we have some really good text messages. So I'll get those up right now while we're introing.
All right. Well, let's go. This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is My So-Called Whatever.
Hey.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
We have a couple stories.
We do.
To share. 80s, 90s related.
Yes. From the vault.
From the depths of the vault.
Yes.
These may have been a couple year and a half or so old, but yeah, but it's all good.
It's fine. It's fine.
We're getting to them now. We appreciate the patience.
Yes, you guys.
Of the ladies who share the stories.
Do. Yes, we really, really, really appreciate you. So thank you.
I feel like you should read the first story.
Yeah, I really have to read the first one because this is like this is a hybrid. Because it's kind of it's not really 80s, 90s. It's more like 2000s-y, early 2000s.
That's fine.
But it's also New Kids. So we put it in the 80s, 90s because that's where it needed to be. So here it goes. These are Lauren's cool stories. And let me tell you, they are freaking cool. Hi, Nikki and Brooke. My name is Lauren, and I'm so glad I found your podcast. It's so great hearing everyone's stories and listening to your interviews. They help me get through my work week. Where do I begin with my story? I will start when I became an official Blockhead. It was on May 5th, 2019, at the Mixtape Tour. I went to the concert not really knowing what to expect, but I had a friend at the time that was a fan. I decided, okay, I know who they are, and I'm not a big fan. I know who Salt and Peppa are. I only knew one song from each Tiffany, Debbie Gibson, and Naughty by Nature, but it honestly seemed like a once-in-a-lifetime show. I would have never thought that one show could change my life. I've been to so many concerts, and it's hard to count. To name just a few, Foo Fighters, Cher. For Foo Fighters and Cher, wow. REO Speedwagon, and Styx. I have to say, the Mixtape Tour blew those shows out of the water for me. It wasn't like I was watching a concert. It was like a party as soon as we got there and they were playing 80s music before the show even started. I was blown away. My mom is a first generation Blockhead. I had given her so much grief for years being a Blockhead. The show started, NKOTB came out, and I instantly felt like, wow, they're amazing and gorgeous. In that moment, I thought, wow, I get it now. I get why my mom has been a Blockhead for years. I was screaming and singing to all of their songs. It was an experience that I'll never forget. Although I have been to more concerts, conventions have been my passion. I started going to conventions when Twilight was around.
Heck yeah.
Bryn just bought her friend a Twilight tumbler that says, I love Edward. And it had like, I love vampires, Edward forever. It's so funny. Okay, so my first convention was in 2008. I went to only 2 conventions a year apart from another. Little did I know, this would only be the beginning of my convention journey. Eventually, Twilight ended, along with the conventions, so I didn't go to any more conventions until I watched a show called The Vampire Diaries. And you know what's really funny? Is Bryn is watching this right now.
Oh, really?
Yes, like this, she is into, like her and her friends are into both Supernatural, which we're going to talk about, and The Vampire Diaries. And I've watched both, so I can like give my opinion. Then I thought, I wonder if there's a convention for Vampire Diaries. And sure enough, the same company, Creation, was running them. So I bought my tickets in 2016. I had forgot how much fun I had when going to a convention and all the people I would meet along the way. not just the actors from my favorite show, but the people that had the same love for it as I did. I got to meet someone I looked up to and admired. That was Anne Somerhalder, who played Damon Salvatore on the show. And to say I was speechless, I would have been an understatement. Same girl, same. I couldn't believe how kind he was. I love him. I love his Instagram, by the way. Follow it.
I don't follow
He's
him.
amazing. And he's married to one of the girls from Twilight, I do believe. Nikki. That's her like real name. I think she played the blonde.
Oh, Nikki Reed?
Yeah. I think
she played Rosalie?
Yes. I think that they're married. If I'm wrong, you're screaming at me right now saying, you dumb slut.
I am sure that's what they're saying.
Okay. Do. I got a high five and a side hug. Even though it was just a few moments, it meant everything to me. Then I watched another show called FYI, I said Supernatural here, but you can't hear me. I'm obsessed, if you didn't know this. So then again, I thought, let me look to see if they had conventions. My husband was also into the show, so we decided to make this our honeymoon.
Oh, fun.
Now, this is a decision I don't suggest for anyone, but again, another experience that changed my life. I met so many great people that again understood me and had the same love for the show. I had no idea that meeting this cast would mean so much to me. Jensen Ackles was the first actor I met. He played Dean Winchester on the show, my favorite. Then this is where I came to realize that even though they may act a certain way, doesn't mean that they are entirely like their character. The next actor I met was Jared, I can never say this, Padalecki. And I'm going to be honest, I had no idea what to expect when I met him. I went up to Jared just saying, this is my first convention. Can I have a hug? And he said, of course you can. Let me tell you, he squeezed me so tight. I was like, okay, I can see why people says he gives the best hugs. But are they the best hugs? How's this in comparison to John hugs?
I would like to know how it stacks
up. That's what I would like to know.
With our handsome Jonathan Knight.
He took both my hands in his and just asked me, are you enjoying your first I mean, seriously, this guy.
Oh,
seriously. How are you enjoying your first convention? I can remember just saying yes in that moment. Oh, he didn't say, how are you enjoying? He said, are you enjoying? And she said, yes. Okay, that makes more sense. In that moment, I was like, this can't be real. I'd grown up watching Jared on Gilmore Girls. He was my favorite guy on the show. It just goes to show you that actors can surprise you just how down to earth they can be. I went to 4 more Supernatural conventions after that by myself. But I have to say, the first is the most memorable for me. I've gone to a lot of conventions, but Supernatural will always be my favorite. It's how kind the cast is to their fans, as well as the experience. Okay, good. As well as the experience, and you just can't find that at any other convention. I also went to 2 Riverdale conventions and 2 Wizard World conventions. I will also never forget meeting another actor that I grew up with and had a crush on. His name, drumroll please, if you know who this person is Chad Michael Murray, of none other than One Tree Hill. She didn't write that, but I'm saying that. And it felt like fate since he was supposed to go to another city. I hurried to the computer screaming, I'm buying tickets for this Riverdale convention that he was a guest star on. The day came to meet him, I had bought a photo op and an autograph. I wore one of the shirts that he had sold on his website, which he noticed right away. He said, I love your shirt. And I was definitely screaming on the inside. I couldn't believe how kind he was. It felt like a dream. I couldn't believe he was there in person. I was astounded. Someone that I watched when I was a teenager on TV. It was amazing. I got my autograph with him and got to talk to him, which was again a dream. Just another experience I'll never forget. You have to say, those WB boys, I'm gonna tell you.
So I'm just gonna interject real quick here.
Okay. Yes, go for it.
Because I watched for the first time ever,
I know, I'm so
the
excited.
First episode of Supernatural.
Yeah.
I just watched it this week.
Yes.
It's the only one I've watched so far.
Okay.
And I was like halfway in.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, or maybe Nikki texted me and said, how are you liking it?
Yeah.
And I said, this is very CW.
Yes. CWWE, yes.
Like these, like the shows have a feel.
They do. They do.
And I'm going to be honest. I've never liked the feel.
Really?
Never. Never. There hasn't been one show that I've liked. Truly. Like, I didn't like Dawson's Creek.
I wasn't a huge fan of Dawson's Creek. I wasn't a huge fan, Don't Shoot Me, of One Tree Hill, which I should have been because it was
Never
all about
saw it.
basketball. But like, I started to watch it when the kids were really little.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those things where I knew that that was going to be the last season, I think. Like the last season was going to be the next one, the next year or something like that. So I like binge watched some of it, not all of it. And then I think I watched the last episode. But
yeah,
Corey was really into One Tree Hill. Like but she was also really into 90210. Like really, really into 90210.
So 90210 is different.
Yes. So but she was into like the older 90210.
Oh.
Yeah, not the like one like we watched.
I was into like the Fox
I watched
90210
like the first 4 years of 90210, and that was like, but she really liked like the old 90210, which is fine. I mean, it was.
Oh my gosh, there's something for everyone,
right? I just at that time, like, I didn't have time to watch anything because I was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer always. So I don't know, and stuff, and I had a large show like dance card. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I do know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
It was full.
But anyway, I just thought that was funny. But I did watch the first episode. I will watch more.
Good, because you just gotta get through. Like, for me, I can't remember. Somebody was like pressuring me to watch it. Like, you're gonna love this show so much. You need to watch it. I feel like it was somebody that I worked with. I can't remember who it was though.
Yeah.
And I remember watching like the first few episodes and I was like, I don't know. Because I think it's that WB feel. I think that's what it is. And
it's just a feel. And it's over. Like, I'm going to be honest.
It's what?
It's hard for me to get over.
Yeah.
But I really want to get over. Because the show obviously is good.
Right.
It ran for quite a while.
I think that it got good for me when they were like being cringy to be funny and some things.
I don't know what you mean because I haven't got there yet.
Okay. Well, you'll see.
But we'll try.
Like, not cringy even. That's not even the word. It's like they were being like, it's just funny. It was more like a lot of humor was put into it.
And I like a show with humor. I kind of need that.
Right. There are some hilarious things in that show, especially if you like shows that refer back to other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh my God, yes. Like, and it's hilarious because like in the context, it's genius what they're saying.
And I really like a show that is written like smart.
Mm-hmm.
Rewards the viewers.
Yes.
Like their regular like viewers with little like Easter eggs. From previous
this is the show
things.
This is it. Because you have to know like all the things that they talk about. Like the different kind of monsters and the like there's a lot of biblical references because I've never read the Bible. Mm-hmm. I like know Bible stories. Like I know stuff like that. And I've read I've read my children's Catholic Bible. I read that cover to cover, but I haven't like read the actual Bible. And there are a lot of biblical references that I had to be like, Kevin, is this true? And some of them are like Old Testament-y type of things. You'll see when getting into it. Like I'm rewatching it. I'm on season 4 right now. I love watching it while I work. Because it's one of those shows that like you don't have to pay 100% attention to. But then if you're not, you realize you need to go back and watch another episode again.
So that's why I have to give my undivided attention to shows.
Yeah.
Because I need to know what's going on. And I also can't start a show in the middle. I have to watch the whole thing through.
No. So I mean, I suggest
reason.
playing Sims while you watch it. 100%.
Okay. I think I can handle that because Sims is pretty easy unless someone comes to my house and then I need to like feed them and stuff.
I think I would. I know because when I was sick these past like few weeks, I watched Supernatural and played Animal Crossing and it was so relaxing because I don't like the anxiety of the show. And you mentioned that.
I was no, I don't like anxiety in the
This is
show. I don't
exactly
like feeling that
why
way.
I have not watched the last 2 seasons. And for
Of
some
Supernatural?
reason, yep, I have no idea what happens. I have no idea. I
Oh,
have not been spoiled. I have not been like, I have no idea what happens. No clue. So,
that's why like I love Stranger Things, but
mhm.
I as I'm watching an episode, I will almost always Google and see what happens.
Oh, me too. Oh, 100%.
I love it. I
Oh,
love it
100%.
so much.
But I haven't done that for
But I like
Supernatural
spoilers.
because it's really, really like upset me that it's over because I loved the show
I
so much. Like,
I know what you mean.
I loved the show so much, and like, I can't relate to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like one of those
Right.
things like I really loved it because it felt like it was telling my story. Well, obviously not, because I'm not a hunter. Um, you know,
Right.
um,
Obviously.
but it just is so good, and it makes me happy. And I love it even more now that my daughter is into it, like Bryn's into it. And even Kevin, I mean, he doesn't watch it, but like I'll talk to him about it while I'm watching it. Um, just like because I love, first of all, the music. The music is the best in the whole the music is amazing. The music is just like every time I hear Carry On My Wayward Son, I think of Supernatural. Every single time. Every single time. So anyway, we kind of went blah, blah,
That's where we're
blah,
at.
but that's okay.
So you
All
want to finish
right.
up Lauren's story?
Yes. Here, sorry, Lauren. But Lauren gets it because she knows. She gets
Right.
it.
Right. She
She's like right
does.
there going, I know what you're saying because I love it too. And Lauren, I can't remember if Lauren lives in the Northeast. I think she might, but I told her I would give anything to go to a supernatural convention. But of course, this was like 2020, I think 2021 when we
Right.
were talking, and there's no conventions. So if you guys hear of a supernatural convention, please let me know because myself and my daughter and her 2 friends would love to go. So I mean, okay, back to Lauren's story. I may not have been a big fan of NKOTB, but I was a fan of Donnie. I remember watching him in the movies, Saw 2, which was one of the very first scary movies I saw in theaters. I will tell you this. I love Donnie so much. Love him. I cannot watch the Saw movies. I can't.
I don't even know what they're about. I don't like movies like that.
Bryn loves movies like that. Bryn has watched Saw so many times, and that's what she loves about it because Donnie's in it. Like, because Donnie's been a part of her life for her entire
Right.
existence.
Right.
So like him being in one of her favorite movies was just mind-blowing to her. And she keeps wanting me to show me the bad scene with Donnie. And like I can't. I just can't watch it. I'm like, no, I can't. Because he looks stressed out and it's making me stressed out. And I can't. I can't. So it's just like I can't do movies like that anymore. Well, I never have been able to do like real horror movies like that ever, really, to be honest with you. Um not like that.
They make me too anxious.
No, same. I think the like last really bad movie I watched that was like a horror movie was that one we watched. I watched with Darcy with this kid in a raincoat, that night.
What?
The night?
A lot Cumberland Street?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That night we went
I mean, I do
walking.
remember that night. I don't remember what movie that was.
So we came back and we stayed up all night and watched that movie. It felt like it was all night, but obviously it was only a few hours. And it
I was
was
definitely sleeping.
terrifying. Terrifying. And I've never been able, I don't know what the movie is. I've tried looking for it. I have no idea what it is.
Someone will find it. Jill will find it.
Yeah, I remember bits and pieces of it, but he was like the killer. Or was he? And he had a yellow raincoat on.
Was it The Good Son?
No. It was like one of those movies that was on like Cinemax. You know what I mean?
Is it like gory?
Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. So I don't like movies like that.
No, I don't either.
But anyway, let's carry on again. Sorry, Lauren. I used to be afraid of them growing up. I also watch Blue Bloods, Wahlburgers, and Donnie Loves Jenny. As of right now, I don't plan on going to any more conventions because I'm waiting for the next NKO TV tour. I hope to do a VIP meet and greet. I think she did do this. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure she did the VIP meet and greet. I'm hoping that it will be an experience that leaves a mark, just like the experiences I talked about. In the future, I hope that I get the opportunity to go on a cruise and hopefully meet you both in person. I want to say thank you for making this podcast and for welcoming me into this family. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank
Oh,
you, Lauren. And she has
Lauren.
some really nice pictures, you guys. Check out our website
She does.
because
Look
they're
at
all
that
there.
picture of her and Jensen. Nope,
I mean,
not Jensen. Nope. All I can call him is Sam Winchester. I don't know his last name. Jared Padalecki, or however you say it.
However you say it, right. It's such a nice picture.
Oh my God, I want a picture like that so bad. So bad. Look at her and Dean. Look at that picture. I want that one too.
Same.
And Chad Michael Murray. That's a good picture too. Oh, her and Ian Summer. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good one. So amazing pictures. Go on our website, mysocalledwhatever.com. Check them out.
Go check them out. And now I have Jessica's story.
Can I just tell you how much I miss Jessica so much? Like so much.
Yes, please tell me. No, I know.
I don't think Brooke knows. I don't think Brooke knows which Jessica I'm talking about.
I do know what Jessica you're talking about.
Okay.
It's been how long since we've seen her?
Cruise.
Or since I've seen her?
Cruise. Not this past cruise.
2018.
Before that, 2018 cruise.
2018
was the last time I.
She didn't come to Boston for Fenway?
I think she did. Oh my God, why can't I remember?
I can't remember.
She did. Yes, she did, because she was on the bus with us.
I vaguely remember the bus.
I'm like 99.9% sure she was on that bus with us, and we like hung out the entire time. If not, I'm losing my shit.
Oh my gosh. I just know it has been a really long time.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've seen her since 2018 cruise.
Yeah.
I can't remember where.
Yeah.
But and if it hasn't been, then Jessica, I saw you in my dreams.
You saw her in your dreams?
If it has been seriously since the 2018 cruise, and I'm telling her I saw her in my dreams.
Oh yeah, same. But I know she was at Fenway. Like I just know it. I just like know it. And she was at the Boston concert too. She was at the Boston mixtape concert. That was 2018. Never mind. Yeah, that was 2018. My years are
2019
blending together.
I think that was 2019.
That was 2019. Yeah. So yeah, we saw her. We at least saw her in Boston. 2019, because remember she went with us to the lounge, the Slugga Lounge. Slugga. All right. Sorry.
But we love her.
We do. We love you, Jessica. We miss you.
And it's been a hot minute.
It has.
So I'm going to read her story.
Okay.
I'm super excited for this.
Oh, me too. Me too.
So this is Jessica's love for Pee Wee Herman. When Pee Wee's Big Adventure came out, my mom and I were obsessed. Same, girl, same. It was one of the funniest, most original things we had ever seen. His outfit, the voice, the jokes, the music, and of course his house and all of his cool stuff. Then Pee Wee's Playhouse came out. I think it was a year or two after the movie came out, and it was all over. Again, obsessed. I used to watch it on TV, and my mom would sometimes watch with me. Again, we wanted his house and all his fun stuff. Cherry, Conky, Terry, Missy Vaughn, Magic Screen, Globy, Zombie, The Secret Word Every Day. Oh, I love that show. I always loved the Penny cartoon and, of course, the King of Cartoons. The flowers in the window were adorable. I remember when he found Flory.
Yes.
His kitchen was awesome with all the talking food. Oh my God, I loved the refrigerator.
The refrigerator was the best.
Those were some of my favorite scenes.
And those must have taken forever to do, because claymation takes a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's one thing that my mom has always loved: food with faces. and his picture phone. That was amazing.
That was before its time.
It was. I'm telling you, I would live there today. For Christmas 1987, I got the talking Pee Wee Herman doll and the action figure set with John B. and the jazz band with Cool Cat, Dirty Dog, You're a Dirty Dirty, and Chicky Baby. And I was so excited. Side note, I also got for Christmas, probably that same year, the talking Pee Wee Herman doll.
That's amazing.
And I think I have a picture of myself with it. And if I find it, I'll post it.
Have you seen the person that does the nativity set with the Pee Wee Herman playset?
No. Are they on TikTok?
Awesome. No, it was like a picture. It was like on Instagram. They did like these scenes. And
I would love it.
The baby is the puppet. Randy. I didn't like Randy.
No, he was a little asshole.
Yes, he was. Kevin doesn't like Randy either. I think Kevin, he doesn't say asshole, but he would say he's a little asshole. He's a little shit. He was always causing trouble.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
Yeah.
He was a bully.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have them all. She's referring to the doll and the action figure set.
That's awesome.
My mom and I kept watching the show until it ended. We watched the Christmas special every year. I still do. I also still do. I watch the Christmas special
until
multiple times a year.
Until you we talked about it. And I think that was like 2020, like 2021 Christmas. May have been 2019 Christmas. No, it was definitely 2020 Christmas because I was like in this bedroom like when we were doing it. And we did the whole thing about that. And I think I had seen it, but like now I watch it all the time. Even when it's not Christmas.
It's a vibe.
It's really good. I like it.
I love it when Grace Jones is delivered in a giant wooden box and Charo singing Feliz Navidad. Mm-hmm. By the way, Charo is so cute and she has an Instagram account and I love it and I love her.
I need to go follow her. I love her. I love Charo.
The Christmas special, she was great on The Surreal Life.
She really was.
She just seemed like a really like down to earth good person.
Right.
The Christmas special is awesome. Then, of course, the movie Big Top Pee-wee, where he had a tree that grew hot dogs and which featured at that time the longest on-screen kiss at 3 minutes long. And he had a pet pig. So cute. I love that movie. I remember seeing that in the theater.
Seen it, but I do not remember a stitch of it.
Really?
No.
Oh my gosh. I've seen it a bazillion times. I remember seeing it in the movie theater. I may have even seen it twice. But I love it. And the woman that played, what's her name? Gina. The woman that played Gina, also fun fact, was on the latest season of The Morning Show on Apple TV Plus.
I'm going to see who she is. No, definitely not the same person I was talking about because maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. No. So what did you say? She what?
She was on the latest season of The Morning Show on Apple TV.
Oh, I need to watch that.
It's really good. It's really good. But I was watching The Morning Show. I was late to watch I think they have 2 seasons out. It was the second season. But I was kind of late watching that. And I watched it fairly recently. And as I'm watching, I'm like, that woman looks so familiar. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's Gina.
Oh my God. Did you know that Dottie, the love interest of Pee Wee Herman from Pee Wee's Big Adventure, okay?
Yeah.
She's the voice of Tommy Pickles.
Yeah. EJ Daly.
I did not know that. Yep, EJ Daly. Yep.
She was also in Valley Girl.
I think I knew that. But
I follow her on some social media.
I follow her on TikTok because she was on TikTok a lot. But I did not realize that was her.
I only know because she's done. Actually, you know what it was? It was back Vine. She had a Vine.
Okay.
And I remember her doing a Vine as the voice of Tommy Pickles. And I was like, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. I miss Vine.
Thanks.
I know we have TikTok, but
I know, but Vine was different.
I like that it was you could only do like that many seconds.
Like 6 seconds.
Yeah. All I want to do is watch 6-second clips. That's all I want to do.
Right. Same. And Anyway, so Jessica goes on to write. Then in July 1991, we all know what happened. The scandal.
And it wasn't even that big of a deal. Can we just be
that
honest?
Mugshot.
It wasn't that big of a deal.
No. I don't really remember.
Oh, sorry.
Well, yeah, he was in a theater.
He was in a theater that was for that.
Right. So like
it wasn't
BFD.
like he was in like a movie. Like I always thought he was in like a regular movie theater.
Me too. Because I was a kid and I didn't understand. Like I didn't know.
He was in an X-rated theater.
Like an adult.
Like what do you expect is going to happen?
Right.
Like I feel like they made such a big deal about this over a national treasure. Like
Same.
For what reason? For what purpose, media? For what purpose? Why? Are you jealous? Because you probably are. Because he's a genius. But
yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
I don't know. I remember at the time I didn't understand because I was a child.
No, because I was like, oh my God, in like a movie.
But as I got older, like I don't even know what he did. Like I didn't even understand.
Oh, I remember
I remember people saying that he whipped it out.
Right.
In a movie theater.
Yes.
But like I didn't know what
is that what happened?
Like I didn't know what I didn't understand. I thought he flashed people. But like he didn't flash people. He was just like doing what you do in an adult movie theater.
And right.
Poor guy.
I feel that's horrible.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He's rebounded.
I mean, he's always been friggin' amazing. And he looks amazing too.
He really does.
Oh my God. He still just looks like Pee Wee from back in the day.
Yep.
It's like he hasn't aged when he's Pee Wee.
So she wrote, I don't really remember much about it at the time. We heard he was arrested and what he was arrested for, but I was still a kid, and I'm sure my mom and I didn't really talk about it. He was already on a break from making movies and the show had ended, so it wasn't like he disappeared after that. He had already been gone for a little bit. He went back to being out of sight, out of mind until later that year at the MTV Video Awards. The show was just about to start, and my mom and I were watching. I remember they showed the stage, and it was empty and quiet for a second. Then the announcer came on and said, ladies and gentlemen, MTV proud to introduce someone who has been a friend for a long time. Then Pee Wee freaking Herman walks out smiling and stands at the microphone, and the whole place explodes in cheers and applause. My mom and I screamed and started laughing. We were so happy. The cheers from the audience went on forever, and he just stood there smiling. I remember at one point he leaned his head back and closed his eyes and stood there for a second with his arms open, acting silly, but also taking it all in. I can't imagine how nervous he must have been. What if everyone booed him? The crowd was chanting, Pee Wee, Pee Wee, and he just looked so happy. It was an awesome moment that I'll never forget. Since then, he has been in a ton of movies and shows and has done a lot of voice work for cartoons and things. I think the first movie I remember seeing him in was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and he was so funny playing one of the bad guy vampires. So I remember seeing him in that, and I was like blown away because he was like not Pee Wee.
Right.
He was Paul Reubens.
Right.
And I was like, it was kind of like, I felt like I was seeing something I shouldn't see.
Sorry, I'm looking for my my laptop's gonna die, and I can't find my plug anywhere. Okay, sorry about that.
It's all good. All right. Other movies that I remember seeing him in were Blow, What We Do in the Shadows, Mystery Men, and Batman Returns. Whenever I see him in something that I didn't know he was in, it makes me so happy. On a side note, in 2012, a documentary came out called Beauty is Embarrassing. It tells the story of an artist named Wayne White, who was one of the original puppeteers on Pee-wee's Playhouse. This sounds interesting.
I'm like, I want to watch this.
His story is pretty awesome, and I've been a big fan of him since seeing the movie. The work he's done since the show is awesome. He makes those huge puppets with moving parts. It's just really fun. Then in 2016, Pee-wee's Big Holiday came out, which was super cute. It was awesome to see some of the actors from the original movies, and I thought it was fantastic that Joe, I can never say his name right, Manganiello. Yeah, didn't Courtney go to school with him? Is that the one?
Courtney who?
Our Courtney.
Our Courtney?
Yes. Isn't that the guy?
Oh, maybe.
I think so. He's in Magic Mike, right? Wait,
Oh,
or
is
it a different stripper movie?
Full circle. We just made a full circle.
Yeah, wait, maybe it's a different. Hold on, I'm looking it up now
Okay.
because it's gonna bug me. Yeah, he's in Magic Mike.
I like
And
him.
he went to school with Courtney, like in high school.
That's amazing.
um, but anyway, she said she thought it was fantastic that he wanted to do the movie so bad because he was such a big fan of Pee Wee.
I have to tell you, I've never seen this.
Pee Wee's Big Holiday. I saw it just
No.
once when it first came out.
How did I not know about it?
It's on Netflix.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
I think it was like a Netflix movie. Like it went straight to Netflix.
Okay.
In 2018, I heard Paul Reubens was going to do a tour for the 35th anniversary of Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and I freaked out. We would be watching the movie first, and Paul would come out after the movie to talk and tell stories about making the movie. And they had a meet and greet option. I remember this. And I wanted to do this. But like I couldn't because it was I'm in Maine.
Yeah.
We'd be watching the movie first, and Paul would come out after the movie to talk and tell stories about making the movie. And they had a meet and greet option. Okay. I died. I got my mom and I tickets to the show with a meet and greet. It was here in San Diego at the Speckles Theater downtown, just a few days after my mom's birthday and a little over a week after mine.
Oh,
our birthdays are a week apart. Fun. It was perfect. I should mention that this was just a few weeks before everything turned to shit and COVID had us all shut down. At first, they postponed the rest of the shows for the tour, but they have all since been canceled.
Oh.
I'm so sorry for the people that didn't get to do this, and I hope it does get rescheduled someday. I feel so lucky that we just barely made it in. We got there early and waited in line to get in. The meet and greet was first before the movie. I got so nervous when we got close and we could actually see him. He was in front of a big backdrop made to look like the front yard of his house in the movie with all the statues and sprinklers and stuff.
That's amazing all on its own.
He looked so friggin' cute. I stood by him first by myself and we had our photo taken. I honestly can't remember what I said to him, but I know I had a huge dumb grin on my face the whole time. After my photo, I said, I'm here with my mom. Can we get a photo together? He gasped and looked at my mom and said, that is not your mom, is it? Of course. My mom walked up and they said hi, and we had that photo taken then I stepped out so they could have one on their own. He said, did you bring your mom or did she bring you? I said, we brought each other. Oh. I noticed that he tilted his head towards my mom, who is shorter than him. I thought it was so cute, and my mom even said, did you see that? He loves me.
I love your mom.
I know. As we walked away, he said, thank you. Thank you so much for coming, really. He was the best.
Oh, I love Pee Wee. Paul Reubens.
Next, we watched the movie, which was insane. Watching that movie with a group of super fans was awesome. Everyone yells out lines at the same time, cheered at some parts, booed at Francis. When he yelled out, the stars at night are big and bright in the movie, you bet your ass we all sang back, deep in the heart of Texas. Once the movie was over, it was time for Paul to come out and talk. First thing he did was lead us all through a stretch. He had us get up and move around, stretch our legs and back, and then we were ready. It was so cute. He told some really cool stories about making the movie. Parts that stuck out to me were how he was first inspired by one of his favorite movies, Disney's Pollyanna. The story of a girl that comes to a town where everyone is serious and sad, and she makes them all smile again. But once the bike idea was born, they went with that. Someone actually gave him a bike to get to and from the office where he and a friend were writing the movie. Finding a director was difficult for him. It was hard to find someone who was open to doing things the way Paul wanted to do them. After a few failed attempts, he asked around if any friends knew of anybody, and one of his friends recommended Tim Burton. That was like a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
He hadn't directed a movie yet, but the friend thought they would go together well, and they did. Paul said working with Tim was exactly what he was looking for, and it sounded like they had a lot of fun making the movie. He said back then there was a huge book you would look through to find actors for your movie. It had headshots and written descriptions of the actors and a way to contact them if you were interested. There was one person that he and Tim always laughed at when they looked through the book. His photo was funny, I guess, and they thought his name was hilarious. It was Johnny Depp. And we all know that Johnny is one of Tim Burton's go-to actors for tons of his movies. The stories he told about, and it really is. The stories he told about the other actors were really sweet. He said he is really good at keeping in touch with people. He holds on to his friends, which I loved, still talks to a ton of them regularly. He told one story of being at a friend's wedding recently, and a woman came up to talk to him. She said she was in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. She was the lady who was about to put the crown on his head after he won the Tour de France in his dream at the very beginning of the movie. He was so happy to see her again and happy that she came up to talk to him. I love that. That is,
this is
so
wholesome.
sweet.
I can't even.
It
right
really
now.
is.
Like, this is so just, my heart is just, it's very full.
He loves that this movie brought so many people together. When he first came out to talk, he said it's so incredible, and he gets so emotional hearing all of us saying the lines back of the movie, singing and laughing. He said he was just sitting off to the side of the stage, watching and listening to us all. We couldn't take our phones in with us, and I appreciate that he did that. I didn't worry about missing something I could have recorded and taken a photo of. I was just there, listening and watching him, and I loved it. It was a really fun thing to get to do with my mom, too. Thank you, Pee Wee. I love you. I've attached the link to the MTV appearance, and I'll send some photos from our meet and greet as well as some of my Pee Wee collection in another email. And did she deliver?
Absolutely.
So the video is linked on our website of the MTV Movie Award appearance. And then she's also sent pictures of like merch and pictures of her mom and Pee Wee and her and her mom and Pee Wee. And her and Pee Wee. It was really, really cute. And I love it. I love the story so much.
Oh my God. I hope Pee Wee hears this story.
I know. I would love to have him on.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
I would love to have Paul Reubens on.
I couldn't even, Brooke. That would
Is
be
that something that we should put in the universe?
Oh my God. I want to. I love him. We both do. Like,
yes.
I mean, Pee Wee's Playhouse was a huge part of my childhood.
Mine too.
So
and
huge that I
childhood.
chose it for my lunchbox.
Me too.
I mean, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And I'm pretty sure I had that lunchbox 2 years in a row.
I definitely had the lunchbox. I had the pink
mine
one.
was like like the pinky purple one.
Mine was like a hot pink.
I feel like mine was like a purple.
There was a couple of different, I know that there were different colors because I remember another kid maybe had an orange one.
Okay. Maybe.
But they did have different colors.
Yeah.
But I loved Pee Wee. And I even watched Pee Wee's Playhouse with Sadie when she was younger. I would turn it on for her.
My kids loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I think I loved it more than her. But she would watch it and laugh at some things, and it's fun.
Oh, the kids would watch it all the time. Like, Kevin was a huge fan of Kevin is a huger fan than us of Pee Wee's Playhouse. I'm going to tell you that right now. He is.
You think
he is
more
a bigger fan, huh?
Or the same as me?
Bigger than both of us.
Really?
I'm telling you right now. He loves Pee Wee's Playhouse so much. Like, it's okay, maybe the same as us, but I don't know. He surprises me when he starts talking about episodes and stuff.
I love it. I love Pee Wee. I love Paul Reubens.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we should put it in the universe that we would really love to have him on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, that would make my life.
It's just out there. It's just out there now. We've done it. It's out.
We've done it.
That's all. So if you guys would like to hear him on our podcast, let him know.
Let him know. Let him know. He's on Facebook. I think he's on Twitter.
I'm pretty sure he's on Twitter, unless he got off of Twitter.
Let me just
because some people did a mass exodus of Twitter.
Yeah. So let Pee Wee Herman. It's just at Pee Wee Herman on Twitter. No. Let him know.
Yeah, let him know. And that's all we got for you.
That's all we have.
So thank you, Lauren, and thank you, Jessica. We appreciate your patience with us.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing your stories. These are the stories we love. I mean, we love all of our stories, but like a lot of people are like, I don't have a story. Yeah, well, you do.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
What show did you love watching when you were a kid?
Right.
Were you a huge Muppet Babies fan?
I loved Muppet Babies, but you know what I love more than Muppet Babies?
What's that?
McDonald's Muppet Babies toys.
I love the McDonald's Muppet Babies toys, and I also loved the little stuffed ones you could get from Burger King.
Oh, I don't remember
I think
those.
those were from Burger King.
I
They
have
might
the
have been
ones.
from McDonald's, but they were little stuffed ones, Christmas ones.
Yeah, I have those. I still have. Well,
And
I bought them again, but I had them when I was little.
I had them when I was little. I did not buy them again.
I put them up for Christmas every year. So, so we have some text messages that
Oh, right,
we
right,
would
right.
love to read you because we love it when you guys are listening to our podcast. So, like, we love it when you tweet or message us or text us when you're listening to the episodes and are like, oh my God, XYZ. We friggin' love it. We absolutely love it because it's cool to like hear other people's take on stuff. Am I making sense?
Yes.
I don't know if we've read these ones. So I'm going far back.
Okay.
Did we read this one? Hi, my name is Frank. I live in Spokane, Washington. I came across your page. My question to you is, do you still have your hardware hat? And if so, is there any way possible that you would be willing to sell it? Best wishes.
Hardware hat.
You know Donnie, when he had the hardware hat?
Oh,
It was like a
I
hat
thought that
with
they
those
were
handles.
asking us that.
This question goes out to Brooke. I'm new to Love Island. We haven't done that one. So let's do that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we're going kind of way back, like from the summer. No, actually from I know that we have read messages
We
that have been
have.
resent,
We have.
but I don't recall reading this message on the podcast, on any podcast episode. This question goes out to Brooke. I'm new to Love Island. Does it bother anyone else that they are told to refer to each other as boys and girls when clearly
Yes.
they are adults? I hate that.
Yes. Yes. That bugs me. That has always bugged me. Always. Because they are grown people. They are men and women. They are ladies and gents. And so, yes, that has always bothered me. I get like you get used to it, but it has always bothered me.
I'm trying to think if it would bother me. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Some of it is context too. It kind of like if they like if a if the guys are hanging out. So if the guys are all hanging out and they're like, where are the girls? The girls are,
Oh,
up
that's no
getting
big deal.
ready.
Yeah, that's no big
Or,
deal.
oh, the boys are doing whatever. It's more of like if like a one-on-one, like when they do like the interviews. And it's not even so much them saying a girl, and maybe this is like, I don't know, sexist or something. I don't know. It feels weird what I'm about to say, but I don't mean it to be weird.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes the way the girls are like, I just want to find the right boy. I just want to find like I really hope that I find the boy that's the one. I feel like they should be like, I want to find the man that's the one.
Yes.
But it doesn't bother me as much when a guy says,
About
I
the
really want
girl.
to find the right girl.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it doesn't bother me.
I don't know.
And maybe it's just the way a couple of the girls have said, like, boy, I just want to find a boy. And that's a personality thing. That's like a way
How
that
old are they?
they're like 20s.
Okay, so that's kind of hard because that's still kind of a hard area too.
Yeah.
Because do you know what I mean? Like
right. No, I know what you mean.
Like aged. They
and
haven't.
so
Yeah.
So coming from a person who is 42 years old, almost 43, yeah, that might sound a little off to me because like I would never say that, but I wouldn't say that because I am middle aged.
Mm-hmm.
They're all still kids,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but they're not. But I know in general, it does give me the ick a little bit when I hear them say it to answer the question.
That's a great answer.
It was really long answer and it was really cut and dry at first. And then I got thinking about it and I'm like, actually, sometimes it doesn't bother me as much, but sometimes it does.
Sometimes you just need to talk things out. You know what I mean? Like you have
that's all the time.
I do
that
like,
all the time.
I do it all the time when Kevin's like, I was just looking for a yes or no answer. And I'll go, so I'll like, but I'll talk it out, like, because my mind hasn't made it up yet. My mind hasn't
Right.
made up its decision.
Yeah.
So it just talks it
100%.
out.
And then you can have like a decision.
But then like, I don't know why people would be like, so is that a yes or no? Like, you know what I mean? Like, anyway. And Kevin does it just jokingly. He doesn't do it like serious, like, I want a yes or no answer. Like, no. He does
I
it
don't think
like,
anybody thinks that.
well, I was looking for a yes or no answer. But, anyway. Okay. Citizens, due to unusual activity, there's a hold on your card.
Oh, okay. Cool,
All
cool.
right. Hey. Tell me about your sequin strap wedges from the Barstools concert. Link. So glad they were comfy. I will put a link on our website. They're from Amazon. They are actually, if you just went and searched on Amazon, if you looked for sequin Skechers sandal, you'd get it. So, but I will try to remember to put the link on. Yes.
I will try to remind you.
Charlene will let me know if I didn't. Hopefully, because I appreciate that.
She will.
I don't know if we read this one, but no, I don't think I've read these. I'll start January 23rd, okay? Of this year. Hi, Brooke and Nikki. I've been listening to the podcast for a while now, just trying to catch up. I'm finally into 2020, April to be exact. And while I have waited to text or call before, I haven't because I'm so behind with what's going on in your lives. It just didn't feel appropriate. However, just after hearing about Brooke's loss, I felt compelled to write a note of sympathy to Brooke. I'm very sorry about your brother, and I hope the memories you have of and with him will bring you comfort.
Thank you.
That's very nice.
It'll be 3 years this week.
That's right. So sorry, Brooke.
It's all good.
Did we read this already?
Maybe.
While I'm here, I wanted to tell you how much I love the podcast, both the block party stories and just hearing about your lives. It's weird because I feel like I know you both well now, but you have no idea who I am. I really hope to meet you both one day and become part of the MSCW community. Nikki, I hope you are doing better with your anxiety and depression. Like I said, I'm still in 2020, so I don't get what's going on for either of you in 2023. But I'm hoping to get there soon enough. I have stories to share, some NKOTB and some Ricky Martin ones. Oh yeah, we definitely did read this because we talked about Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin. I'm just trying to get through the old podcast first. Sorry for the long text, but thank you for reading this, and I hope to share more soon. Jackie. Okay, so I think I read these ones. I'm going to start with February. I don't think we've read this one. Hi, ladies. I'm a year off, currently listening to February 2022. Wow, she got caught up quickly. So I wanted to give my condolences to Nikki on your father's passing a year ago. I'm so sorry for your loss. Sending hugs. Thank you so much. I'm still listening on the daily pretty much, and I'm throwing in the current episodes too, which sometimes gets confusing. I need to grab all of my old photos from my parents' house, and then I'll start writing away. On yesterday's episode, I heard you have a lot of stories in the queue, so I don't need to rush. Keep up the great work. I love listening. P.S. I thought of an episode idea. Not sure if it would benefit a lot of listeners or not, but I know I'd love it. I'd love a lowdown on all the options for tickets, like individual, 5-star, etc. You guys mention it frequently, but I'm not 100% sure of what's what. So that would be helpful come next tour if you don't think the rest of your listeners would be too worried. Thanks in advance. It's actually a really good idea.
That's actually a great idea.
I would love to do that.
That really is. Yeah, we should do that like next tour.
I mean, we're not experts and like things might change, but we can tell you what's been offered in the past.
Right. Or like she said, maybe next tour, like when they announce it.
Yeah.
We can break it down.
I think that'd be awesome. That's such a great idea.
That really is. Because we hear that a lot.
Yes.
I mean, and not necessarily directed at us, but like
Right.
you see it come up in groups a lot.
Right.
And people will ask the question and sometimes people will answer nicely and sometimes people won't answer nicely.
That's right.
So we can do our best to help break it down.
Thank you, Jackie. Such a good idea. Okay. PSS. I wanted to write this after I listened to the episode, but sometimes I listen while driving, so I can't right away and then I forget. But I loved your Fenway jerseys. They were amazing. Well done. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Oh my gosh. Chrissy, you know what you did.
You know what you did. Hi
you
guys.
Gave him that pizzazz.
She sure did. She sure did. And I love that. I loved it so much I wore it again.
Yes, you did.
Freaking love it. Hi guys, I just had a full circle moment as I'm listening to the episode Step 270 that brought me to the podcast. I listened to it back in September 2022 after finding the podcast when searching for NKOTB cruise related info, and I believe Joe McIntyre podcast as well. I know I won't be able to cruise for a few years, but I wanted to start getting prepared. My personality is such that it bothered me not knowing more about each of you or your guests, and it bugged me that I couldn't distinguish your voices at the time either, so I went back to the beginning. I've skipped a few non-block party episodes, which I'll go back to once I'm done with step 276, but I've listened to most up to 270, where I'm at now, and your most recent episodes. I've enjoyed them all along the way, and to be honest, I may feel a little lost not being able to listen every day as I walk my dog or drive in my car, but that will give me time to share my stories with you. I just found 2 programs from NKOTB's tours and 2 calendars from 1990 and 1991 that I thought I'd forgotten that I kept, plus the Lynn Goldsmith book. Thanks for everything.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Thanks. I'm glad that we can keep you company.
Yes. Hi, Nikki. I just listened to an old holiday episode and I have to ask why your first Christmas ornament says Justin. Thanks, Jackie. So, my mom was convinced that I was a boy. Like, she would not hear anything different. She was like, I'm having a boy. I don't know the facts of this, but I don't think that they had a girl's name picked out at all.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I have it in my mind, like my mom looking at the nurse and saying, what do you think a good girl name would be? That's how I feel. Like, that's how I feel it is. But anyway, so my name was Justin. My mom would like talk to me as Justin, call me Justin. Then they have
That's so funny.
The Justin ornament. And when I came out, I was not Justin. But
I love it.
My mom, I like got sentimental with it when I was younger, and I always wanted to hang it on the tree because I felt like I like lost a brother. I don't know.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt sad because I mean, obviously my parents were expecting a boy and they got a girl, and I don't even think that this pregnancy was planned.
I was going to be Kevin.
Were you really?
If I was a boy, I was going to be Kevin. Yes. Which is weird because my brother was.
I was just going to say that.
He's a third.
The third.
Yeah. He's a third. But they were not going to do that with me if I was a boy. So I don't know what the shift was after. Mm-hmm. But I was going to be Kevin. Kevin Arnold, actually.
That's too funny.
Not to be confused with Kevin Arnold from the Wonder Years.
Could you imagine being Kevin Arnold, like, as a boy when the Wonder Years came out?
I know.
Be like, that's me.
That's me.
This show is based on me, even though I wasn't born yet.
And if my brother, but we know I was a girl and I was Brooke. And if my brother was going to be a girl, if he was born a girl, his name was going to be Blair.
Oh. Really?
We would have been Brooke and Blair. Yeah.
That's very 80s.
Yeah.
It's totally. It's actually a good name. It's actually a good name.
Yeah. They were names that my mom lifted off of soap operas.
Well, just see? Same, Nancy. Same. Mine were reality shows, but whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's all good.
You guys, Is this bad that I really want to do that trend? That's
What
like
trend?
what my kid looks like and then what they're named after. And I
Oh,
want to do a clip of Bryn in the go-go cages.
I tell you that I started watching that season again
Did you?
on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Then Bryn and I will have to watch it together so she can
Yes,
say.
you do.
I forgot about her and Steven,
Yeah, I did too.
about them being like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at each other.
Yeah, I forgot about that too
I don't know
until I
why I thought
rewatched.
that they like liked each other and then he chose Trishelle, but
Yeah. Drama.
okay. So, one more. Nikki, you crack me up. You said you used to eat oatmeal cream pies and pretend they were something else. I said that.
You did?
I
I
said
don't
that
remember.
because I totally did do that. I just am surprised that I would
What did you
admit to
pretend that
that.
they were?
I don't know, something else.
Why?
Because I had food issues.
I know, but you didn't like them, so you just pretended you were eating something else?
Yeah.
I like oatmeal cream pies for what they are.
I wanted sweets, but I didn't want oatmeal cream pie, and the only thing there was an oatmeal cream pie. So I would like pretend it was like a moon pie or like a, I don't
A
know,
fudge
different
round.
things.
I always
Huh?
wanted a fudge round over an oatmeal cream pie, but we always had oatmeal cream pies.
Fudge rounds. I Fudge rounds were good, but they were like a little bit sticky sweet for me. It was weird because like you would think they would just like make the inside the same thing that was in the oatmeal cream pie,
But it was chocolate.
right? But it was chocolate, so it was a little bit like too sweet.
That's what made it divine. But you always had nutty bars.
I didn't like those either.
I loved those nutty bars. I would come to your house and I would immediately go to the nutty bar stash and I would
Do
help
you
myself to a nutty bar.
do you know they're called Nutty Buddies now?
I do because we still buy them.
Because Kevin and I were at Walmart and he grabbed my arm and he said, "Nikki, what do those say?" And I said, "Nutty Buddies." He's like, "That's not what they're called." You and I
Well,
both
that's what they're
know what
called
they're
now.
called. I think he thought he was having like one of those moments, you know what I mean? Those like,
Yes.
because he was like, "You and I
A
both,
Mandela effect.
yes, you and I both know those were never Nutty Buddies, that they were Nutty Bars." And I said, "Kevin, no, like I'm with you. Like this is weird. They were Nutty Bars."
They
And
were
then the
nutty bars.
whole time leaving Walmart, that's all we talked about was like what we saw and how crazy it was. And I tried to Google it, and I don't know if I think actually I texted Darcy first and I said, Nutty Bars were Nutty Bars, right? They're not Nutty Buddies. And then I started to Google it and she texted back and she said, yes, they were Nutty Bars. And now they're Nutty Buddies.
Wikipedia confirms that too.
It does. Okay.
Doesn't say when they were changed, but it just says they are now referred to as Nutty Buddy due to a name change.
You should have seen, he just picture him taking his arm like this and going, Nikki, you and I both know. Oh, I love him. All right, so that's all that Jackie, keep sending us these messages.
Yes, please.
These are making our day. Like,
We
thank
love it.
you. I love it. And you guys too out there. You can send a text message to us and we will be more consistent reading the text messages, promise. I just found a way how I can get better notifications. So now I don't have to check. We'll have emails like that will let us know.
That is key right there.
So our number is 857-271-1047. Once again, that's 857-271-1047.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now that's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all. Thanks very much for joining us. We appreciate you.
We love you guys. And
check out our website for pictures and things.
mysocalledwhatever.com.
Okay.
We'll be loving you forever.
Forever and ever.
Bye.
Bye.